Welcome, students. Hope you all are fine, happy, and healthy. We have already studied the different aspects of water pollution and the effect also. Now we are going to discuss about potable water. You know, potable water is the water that is fit for drinking or consumption of the human being. So the first question arises over here: define potable water. Define potable water. Okay, and the next question, just write that down also. State the properties of potable water. Properties of potable water. Okay, so these are the two questions that is coming from here. If more question will be there, I will give you. Okay, so let us start. Definition of the potable water. Potable water is the water which is fit for the consumption of human and other animals. Means it is fit for the consumption or fit for the use of human being. Means human or other animal can drink such a kind of water. So water which can be drinkable is called potable water. Understood? It is used for drinking purpose. Water from springs are naturally potable, but in most of the case it has to be treated. Means springs like you can say river water and all. So it is naturally potable. Yeah, it is easily a person or any animals can drink, but sometimes due to release or discharge of pollutant it get polluted on, and in that case it is needed to be treated. Means treated means it needed to be remove the pollutant and make it potable. Okay, so special tests are done to ensure that the water does not contain harmful contaminant. Potable water has some basic properties. So some test is required to be done to find whether is there any impurities or waste, you can say pollutants are there in the water. Is it drinkable or not? It is potable or not? So for that test is required to be done. After all, there are some important properties of waters that has been given. What potable water that is given has been given over here. It should be colorless. Means potable water should be colorless. It should know any color. It should know any kind of odor or smell, or it should be transparent. Okay, so these are the very simple and very characteristic properties of potable water. It should be free from suspended impurity. Means there should not any kind of impurity that suspend after leaving the water or settle down, such as mud or you can say sand. In some cases settle down, so such kind of impurities should not be there over there. Understood? It should free from suspended impurities, it should free from germs, and it should free from pathogenic bacteria. Means some bacteria that cause disease. So these three substances should not be present in the potable water, because these three conditions, so these three things can make a large you can say deteriorate the health of the human being. Understood? Next, it should contain all the essential mineral. Yeah, you know there are lots of mineral that we drink with the water which we drink is called mineral water. It is not a pure water. Pure water does not contain any kind of mineral. Remember, we drink mineral water, so it should contain all essential mineral that is need for the growth and different kind of metabolism that goes inside in your body. So we should drink we should drink mineral water, and that mineral water should contain essential minerals in a fixed quantity that is required for the human consumption. Understood? Next, it should contain dissolved gases like oxygen and carbon dioxide, which is helpful for the aquatic animal to breathe in. In our last class, I have already explained you why the quality of the water bodies get degraded because and an aquatic animal dies. It is the main reason the oxygen level or carbon dioxide level of the water decrease due to increase in the number of bacteria or algae. So the water should contain a fixed amount of oxygen and carbon dioxide, which is helpful for the breathing of aquatic animals. Water which is not safe for drinking will spread disease. It is essential that water should be treated to make it fit for the drinking. So here question comes, why we should drink the potable water. The answer is given in the last paragraph. Okay, that is here. Now we are going to perform some activities over here. Before that, I am going to explain you the process of purification of water. Suppose it is the river. From river, the water is pumped into the pump house, and before the water is pumped, there is a small screen placed where all kinds of solid waste are removed, like you can say dry leaves, papers, plastics, etc. are removed and remain in the water body, and after that the water is entered into the pump house, and from pump house it goes to the coagulation tank or sedimentation tank. Now, what is the function of coagulation tanks? Coagulations means there are some chemicals which are utilized to settle down unwanted sediments. So these chemicals are called coagulant. A very simple coagulant is alum. Alum means fitkari. Yeah, it is utilized to settle all the heavier particles that present into the water bodies. That present into the water. Okay, so here you can see it is a sedimentation tank. In the sedimentation tank, when the water comes, it settle down all the heavier particles, and for settling the heavier particles or for sedimentation, some chemicals are utilizing, and the name of the chemicals are called alum, and in simple term it is called coagulant. This alum make the heavier particle more heavier and settle down by sedimentation. After that, the clean water is removed by a pipe. This water move into the filtration tank. It is a filtration tank. Here water is filtered through sand and gravels. In this way, all the impurities remain embedded inside the sand or gravels, and then water is passed through another tank. That is called, this is another tank. Okay, where a small amount of chlorine, a small amount of orthophosphate and fluoride are passed through, which help to kill the bacteria. Okay, bacteria and some other pathogenic microorganism, so that it can make the water fit for drinking. So from filtration tank, the water move through different tank and come into the wall tank. Okay, clear wall tank. From here, so what are the different chemicals that are added? It is very important. Okay, I will give you the all such questions that has been given over here. From there, it is passed through the walls, and after mixing well, it goes to the water tank, a large water tank that is made by the sides of the road. I think you all have seen. And from there is a pipeline that is supplied the water into the different houses of the village, or you can say in the cities. So it is the simple phenomenon that is done here. The sediments that has been collected from here is, after collecting, sent to the farmlands, or you can say the field for agriculture. It is obviously contain a lots of organic and inorganic waste, so it is good for the agriculture. So in this way you have understood the simple phenomenon how the water purified. So let us study purification of water. Purification of water. The water that is obtained from the various sources contains soluble and insoluble impurities. Means water contains both the soluble and insoluble impurities. We need to purify before drinking for other domestic purpose also. So we should remove all these soluble and insoluble impurities so that it can make potable for drinking and for other purpose also. So it is the method of purification of public for public distribution. So let's study it. Purification for public distribution. Purification of water at the large scale is done in the water treatment plant. So it is FIB. Fill in the blanks. Where does the purification of water, you can write the question, where is the water purified for large scale distribution. Okay, so I hope you got the answer. Water treatment plant. Water from the river is made free from large entities like leaves, twigs and other impurities but passing through the screen filter. So here you got the answer of the question. State the importance of the screen filter. State the importance of the screen filter. So in screen filter, obviously filter out all the particles like leaves, twigs, plastics, etc. Okay, and make the water free from such a kind of things. And this water then sent to water treatment plant for purification. At the water treatment plant, muddy water is made to settle at large tank for a long time. So water obviously contain a lots of mud. Mud means soil. So how can they settle down? They are allowed to settle in a large settle tank or sedimentation tank. So okay, so this method helps settle the heavy impurity at the bottom of the tank. So when we allow water to remain for a long time, the heavier particles settle at the bottom. And for doing it well in a very short period of time, we utilize alum. So it is written, later alum is added to remove some of the suspended particles. There are some suspended particles. Alum, when mixed into the water, this suspended particle become heavy due to alum, and they again settle down at the bottom of the settlement tank, or you can say sedimentation tank. These impurity along with some bacteria become heavy, and when coagulated with the alum, settle down into the tank. Understood? The clear water. Now above to send for the filtration. So next, from settled tank or sedimentation tank, it goes to the filtration tank. It is done by the water passing through different layer. So what are the different layer? I have already explained, just try to understand. The layer of gravels means is small stone. It is called gravels. So there is a layer of gravels. After that pebbles. After that broken bricks. Then charcoal. Then sand. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 kinds of layer that are made through which water are filtered out. In this way, different layer filter the different kinds of impurities. And obviously, the water which comes after the last layer, that is called sand, is more potable, although it contains some bacteria. So that is required to be removed. Okay. Here it is the importance of charcoal has been written over there. So now you note down the question. State the different layer of filtration tank. State the different layers of filtration tank. Okay, now charcoal is used to remove the coloring matter, while the sand trap the remaining suspended particles. So coloring matter means water. Charcoal is a kind, means coal. Coal is a kind of substance which does adsorbent, means it helps to remove the uh, impurities by adsorbing on its surface. Means when there is a coal, if there is an impurity, the coal absorb all the impurities on its outer surface and pass the pure form of that substance. So suppose there is a water, and the water contain a lots of color. It may be you can say yellowish color or greenish color. The coal absorb all the color. Adsorb, not absorb. Okay, adsorb means it stick all the impurities in its outer surface and pass the filtered transparent water. Okay, so that's why it is called coloring matter. All coloring matter is removed. And sand, what is the function of sand? Sand helps to remove the suspended impurities. So note down the question. State the importance of coal and sand in sedimentation tank, in filtration tank. So hope you got the answer. Now next question, define chlorination. So what is chlorination? We add some chlorine into the water in order to kill the germs that is present in the water. In this way, water becomes germ free and we can easily consume it. Okay, so water comes out from after the filtration is free from impurities. Obviously there is no impurities at all because all the impurities has been removed by the filtration tank. Chlorination is the process of adding either liquid chlorine or chlorine compound such as bleaching powder or sodium hypochlorite in calculated amount, means in fixed amount, to water to kill harmful germs. So I hope you got the answer of chlorination. Now chlorination is a process in which we add chlorine into the water in order to kill the germs, to make it germ free. Okay, so that is the very simple definition over there. Obviously different kinds of chemical compounds that contain the chlorine be used at the place of liquid chlorine. What are the different substances? It may be the bleaching powder, it may be the sodium hypochlorite. Okay, so these are the two things which contain chlorine and which can be added into the water into the water in order to kill the germs, but it should be in calculated amount. Okay, and it means it should be in fixed amount, in fixed proportion. Now kill the harmful germs. Chlorinated water is then tested for purity into the water and testing laboratory. After chlorination, the water is sent for the testing. Is it able or it become potable or not? For that it test, and after that it supply into the public water supply. So you have to draw the water treatment plant. It is very important. Treatment plant, I'll give the question. So draw the water treatment plant. Next. Okay, for today that much. In our next class we will study later on. Okay, bye bye.